بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعزائي طلبة وطلبات شهادة الثانوية العامة قسم رياضة لغات، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اليوم سنتناول مراجعة عامة على مادة الديناميكا. طبعا احنا عرفنا ان مادة الديناميكا هي مادة مرتبطة بمادة الاستاتيكا، وهما الاثنين اسمهم رياضة تطبيقية، عليهم 60 درجة، كل واحدة منهم عليها 30 درجة. ال 30 درجة متوزعين على البوكلت 18 سؤال، 18 سؤال منهم 10 مالتي تشويس و8 مسائل عامة. كل أربعة منهم عليهم كل واحدة عليها درجتين ب8 درجات، والأربعة التانيين بثلاثة ب12 درجة، 12 و8 20، وعندي 10 مالتي تشويس كل واحدة عليها واحدة، يبقى 30 درجة مهمين جدا انك تحققهم في مادة الديناميكا. طبعا مادة الديناميكا هي علم الحركة، وعلم الحركة تطلب منك انك تعرف قوانين الحركة، قوانين نيوتن وقوانين البكر البسيطة وقوانين الحركة على مستوى أفقي والحركة على مستوى مائل ومستوى أملس ومستوى خشن. والمهم برضو انك تعرف الورك دان والانرجي وطاقة الوضع وطاقة الحركة، الكاينيتيك انرجي وبوتنشال انرجي، الورك دان والانرجي، how to find the work done by using energy, how to find displacement by using acceleration, by using integration, and how to find acceleration by using differentiation. Very important rules to observe it before we solve any exam. Welcome my dear student in our math program for second 3. Today we are taking general revision about dynamic. My dear student, look at the first example. Look at, my dear student, a force F act on the body of mass 50 gram. If the body against the acceleration A equals 6I plus 8J, where A is measured in meter per second square, then the force equals what Newton? Look at, my dear student. Choose the correct answer. Is 2, 4, 5 or 10? Answer is 5. Why? Because we know that F equals ma, this rule. The force equal product of mass times acceleration. By substitution, about mass equals 0.5 and acceleration 0.8. Answer is 3.3 and 4 by using, my dear student, F equals square root 3 power 2, 4 power 2. This ordered pair. My dear student, we know that F equals ma, mass equals 0.5, but acceleration 6I 8J, 6, 8. We multiply 0.5 times 6 equals 3 and multiply 0.5 times 8 equals 4. Then the magnitude of the force square root 3 power 2 plus 4 power 2 under square root equals 5. The next example. The body 3 kilogram is placed on the smooth inclined plane and connected by body 4 kilogram suspended vertically. The tension in string equals 50, 52.2, 49.2, 32.2. Answer is 52.2. Why? My dear student, look at this equation. 4g minus t equals 4a, equation number 1. Also, tension minus mg sin theta equals 3a, equation number 2. By adding to find the value of acceleration, 4g minus 3g sin 30 equals 7a. We know that, my dear student, sin 30 equals half. Then 2.5g equals 7a. Acceleration equals 3.5 meter per second square. Also, t minus 3 times 9.8 times 0.5 equals 3 times 3.5 by using substitution about acceleration to find the tension T equal 52.2. My dear student, we have two equations. The first equation finds the value of acceleration After that, substitution about the second equation to find the value of the tension T. Look at in the opposite figure, my dear student, constant force of 3 kilogram weight and direction inclined to horizontal 60 degree. Look at upward. It moves at distance 21 meter. Distance 21 meter. Then the work done by this force equals what joules? My dear student, what is the work done? F dot S. Choose the correct answer. 30, 31.5, 41.5 or 63. My dear student, answer is 31.5. Why? Look at the solution. The work done, force times distance. F times S. F in this case, my dear student, 3 cosine 60 multiply 21. Answer is 31.5 joule. My dear student, we know that the force times S equals the work done. The work done means product of the force and times S. S means distance or displacement. In this case, my dear student, we have force 3 kilogram but inclined by horizontal by angle 60. We resolve the force by two perpendicular axes in horizontal and vertical. In horizontal, 3 or the force times cosine 60. Then find the work done by using product of F cosine 60 times 21 or distance equals the work done. My dear student, look at another example. Body of mass 140 gram placed on rough plane horizontal force of magnitude 4,900 times. Act make it moves with acceleration 105 centimeter per centimeter squared. Then coefficient of friction equals what? Third, quarter, half, 1 over 5 or fifths. Answer is quarter. Why? Look at, my dear student, we know F minus mu r equals ma. This rule, the force minus static friction force mu r, mu is coefficient, r is reaction, equal ma, m times acceleration. By using substitution about F equals 49,000 and R equal 140 times 180 equals M 140 times acceleration 105, then mu equals quarter. The next example. Two spheres of mass 3 kilogram and 4 kilogram moving in a straight line in the opposite direction with velocity 5 meter per second and 4 meter per second. They collide. The second bounded after impact with velocity 3 meter per second. Then the velocity of the second equals what? Meter per second. My dear student, choose the correct answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the velocity of the second. The correct answer is 2. Why? Look at, my dear student, m1 v1 minus m2 v2 equal m1 v1 dash plus m2 plus v2 dash. Then 3 times 5 minus 4 times 4 equal 3 times negative 3 plus 4 times v2 dash. By substitution, v2 dash equals 2 meter per second. Starting from rest at time equals 0, a car moves in a straight line with acceleration given the opposite graph. What is the speed of the car at t equal 3s? Look at, my dear student, this graph of acceleration time graph. Acceleration of time graph, time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When t equals 0, then acceleration is 5 from the graph. From t equals 1, acceleration is 4. When acceleration is 3, time is 3, acceleration is 2. When t equals 5, acceleration is 0. Choose the correct answer. 1 meter, 2 meter per second, 6 meter per second, 10.5 meter per second. Correct answer, 10 meter per second. Why? We know that the velocity is integration of acceleration from 0 to 3, a dt. Then as the first, find the acceleration. 2 plus 5 over 2 times t equals 10.5 meter. My dear student, body of mass 200 gram is projected vertically upwards with velocity 49 meter per second. Then potential energy at maximum height the body reaches equals what? Joule. Choose the correct answer. 300, 4,900, 9.8, 240.1. Answer is 240.1. We know that have mv squared by substitution about m 0.2, v equal 49 equals kinetic energy equals 240.1. My dear student, now we are translate two important examples. A zeppelin of mass 105 kilogram moves vertically downward with uniform acceleration of magnitude 98 centimeter per second square. Find the magnitude of the air resisting force acting on the zeppelin in kilogram. If a body of mass 35 kilogram is let to fall from the zeppelin when the velocity of zeppelin was 490 centimeter per second, also find the distance between the zeppelin and the fallen body after 20/7 seconds from the separation moment. My dear student, in solution, look at before falling the body, we know that mg minus f equals ma. This equation of motion vertically downward. mg minus f equals ma. By substitution, about m equals 105, g equal 9.8, m equal 105, and acceleration 0.98 to find the force. Then the force equals 926.1 Newton. After filling the body, we know that mg minus f equals ma. By substitution, to find the value of a. Then acceleration negative 3.43 meter per second square. The distance of the zeppelin from an instant of filling of the body, we know that the second motion S equation, S equals V naught square, V naught plus half AT square. By substitution, about it, S 4.9 times 20/7 plus half times negative 3.43 is acceleration, and time 20/7 for all power 2 to find the value of equals 0. Then the zeppelin moves the deceleration till stop instinctually. Then return to the point of projection after 20/7 seconds. The motion of filling body S equal V naught plus half AT square. By substitution about V naught equal V 4.9 times 20 over 7 plus half acceleration 9.8 time is 20 over 7 for all power 2 S equal 54 meter. My dear student, look at another example. Body of mass half kilogram projected vertically upward with velocity 20 meter per second. After 1 second, another body of equal in mass is projected vertically upward with velocity 25.3 meter per second. The two bodies collide at a distance S meter from the point of projection. Find S and the velocities of the two bodies before impact. If the second body bound after impact with velocity equal half the velocity of the first after impact. Find also this velocity and impulse of the two spheres on the other. Solution. My dear student, look at, we have the two bodies, the first velocity 0.4 meter per second, second 15.5 meter per second. S1 equals S2, then 20 times t plus 1 inside bracket minus half times 9.8 times t plus 1 inside bracket for all power 2, this is S1 equals S2. 25.3 t minus half times 9.8 t squared equals, then we deduce that, my dear student, from the left hand side 20t plus 20 minus 4.9 times bracket contains t squared plus 2t plus 1 equals what? 25.3t minus 4.9 t squared. We know that we have equation or quadratic equation to find the value of t. Then we deduce that 20t plus 20 minus 4.9 t squared minus 9.t minus 4.9 equals 25.3t minus 4.9 t squared. Then we deduce that 15.1 t equals 15.1, then t equals 1 second. They will collide when s equals 20.4 meter, then v1 equals square root 20 power 2 minus 2 times 9.8 times 4 times 20.4, then the velocity after collide, when collide 0.4 meter per second. Also v2 equals 15.5 meter per second. Then we deduce that 0.5 times 0.4 plus 15.5 times 0.5 equal half v minus half multiply half v. The velocity equal half the first velocity. Then we deduce that the velocity equals 31.8 meter per second. Then we know that L equals 0.5 times 31.8 minus 0.4 equals 15.7. My dear student, look at another example. Body of mass 60 kilogram is at the top of an inclined plane with the horizontal angle 30 degrees initially at rest. It begins to move down under force of gravity and travels 50 meters on the frictionless surface before the surface becomes level. The level surface is frictionless for 10 meters. Then has a friction if the object is at stop to less than 20 meters from the point where it levels the frictionless surface. Find the coefficient of friction. Solution. My dear student, look at the opposite figure. This is the body. Look at inclined, the plane inclined with 30 degrees with horizontal, and distance between the first, second 10 meter. We know that A equals G sine 30. Sine 30 equals half, G equals 9.8. 9.8 times half equal 4.9 meter per second square. Initial velocity equals 0. Acceleration 4.9 meter per second. S equal 50. Find the velocity. We know that V square equal V naught square plus 2GS plus 2AS. V square equal V naught square plus 2AS. Then initial velocity equals 0, but acceleration 4.9, S equal 50. Find the value of the velocity. V square equals 490. Then, my dear student, V square equal V naught square plus 2AS. After back, V square equals 0, but V naught square equal 490 to find the value of acceleration. Then acceleration retardation equals negative 12.25 meter per second square. We know that, my dear student, negative R equals MA, resistance, or the force of resistance negative R equals MA. By substitution about M and about A, negative R equals 60 times negative 12.25, then R equals 735 Newton. We know that mu R equals 735. We know that mg, substitution about m and g, then mu equals 1.25. My dear student, look at another example. Body slides from the top of an inclined plane of length 4.5 meter and height 2.7 meter starting from rest. Determine its speed and the time needed to reach the bottom. Given that coefficient of friction is 0.5. Solution. My dear student, we know that mgh equals half mv square plus mu mg cosine theta times s. We divided each term by m, then and substitution about g equal 9.8, h 2.7, half v square plus mu 0.5 times g 9.8 cosine theta equal 4 over 5 times s 4.5 to find the velocity. Then we deduce that the velocity equal 4.2 meter per second. We know that, my dear student, mgh, potential energy, equals half mv square, kinetic energy, plus mu mg cosine theta times s. Look at left hand side has m, right hand side each term has m. Divided each term by m. Then gh equals half v square plus mu g cosine theta times s. After that, by substitution about g equal 9.8, gravity force, h is height 2.7, and g equals 9.8, m equals 0.5, mu equal 0.5, this is friction, coefficient of friction, 0.5, Also cosine theta equals 4 over 5 and s equals 4.5. Then to find or deduce that the velocity equals 4.2 meter per second. U equals 0, then V equals 4.2. My dear student, when we put U equals 0, what U is initial velocity? V equals 4.2 meter, then S equals 4.5. V square equal V naught square plus 2as. Acceleration equals, by substitution, 41.96 meter per second square. Then V equal V naught or U plus AT. By substitution about V equal 4.2 to find the time. Then, my dear student, the time in this case equals 15 over 7 seconds. My dear student, V square equal V naught square plus 2as. By substitution about V equal 4.2 to find acceleration. Then acceleration A equal 41.96 meter per second square. And from the first equation, V equal V naught plus AT, substitution about V 4.2 and U or initial velocity equal 0 and acceleration 1.96 to find the value of t, then t equal 15 over 7 seconds. My dear student, by the end of the lesson, we know that equation of motion very important rules to observe it. Don't forget V equal V naught or U plus AT, S equal V naught T plus half AT square, and final V square equal V naught square plus 2as. My dear student, I'm very happy to spend such time with you. Thank you.